Alright, Orlamar back with another Grand Arena round. My opponent, Hale Tempos. We'll take a look at his roster. Darth Revan, Bastilon HK Relic, Jedi Knight Revan, and Ahsoka Relic. Kind of strange relics. Maybe Darth Revan's new to his team. I'm not really sure. Grandmaster Yoda's only Gear 12, so I don't know. But whatever. We'll get into it. I couldn't look him up on GG, so I said a pretty generic defense. Old Republic and Geos, and then Newt and Padme, and then I put my Thrawn with Galactic Republic and Houndstooth, and then Ewoks and Akbar in the back, hoping he doesn't get past my Padme. And he said his Darth Revan, Sith Empire, and his Gear 12 Bounty Hunters. So, looks like he's going pretty strong defense. He said his Jedi Knight Revan, and then he said his Padme, and his Padme has Yoda on it. So, these are kind of interesting teams. His Jedi Knight Revan has Canderous on it, but I don't have that many great meta teams or good teams to take out Padme, so I decided to go in with my Emperor Palpatine. And looking back at this, I could have done this a lot differently, but I knew I've got Traya in here, so the goal is to fracture GK so he can't taunt, and then I can isolate Padme so she doesn't give out protection up. Tarkin's kind of useless in this because he can't reduce their turn meter. Got shock up on Anakin. I ability blocked Padme there, should have ability blocked Anakin, and then unfortunately, he got speed up from Thrawn, trying to get rid of some stacks of protection because that's going to come back to bite me if Ahsoka gets a turn here with all that protection up. She's only got 3 stacks, but still, that's bad enough for me. Trying to spread some ability blocks so that I can stun when I need to. Stun to Anakin, so that's good. Do the AoE and see if we can get any stuns. Okay, Padme stunned, Anakin stunned, that's pretty good. Got rid of GK, but then Anakin takes out Palpatine, so that's no good. We'll get rid of some of those stacks of protection from Ahsoka so that she doesn't wipe anybody else out. My team is really fragile. I mean, my best characters are Gear 11, and one of those Gear 11 is dead. So the other 2 are Gear 8, I think. So I'm really trying to make sure that we don't let Anakin just wipe us out here. And then we'll try to take him out. It's not going the greatest right now, but it could be worse. Unfortunately, now Padme's not isolated, so we have to deal with her the old-fashioned way. I swapped turn meter with Vader, and because he had enough that I could go before Padme with Thrawn's turn. So then I was able to stun her, get isolate off, fracture off, and then wipe her out. Still not quite. It's semi-successful at this point, but I'm trying to get a win here, and trying to figure out either one I'm going to give speed up to, and then Ahsoka wipes out Thrawn, and ability block Yoda, and now we're dead. So got a massive fail there. Could have been worse. Got out the 3 most important characters from that team. Just Ahsoka at relic levels hits kind of hard and knocks me out. So thought we can clean this up with bounty hunters. I thought for a little while to see if I could afford to give up my bounty hunters, and decided yes, I can. I should have plenty of teams available for offense, and so far I got rid of Yoda pretty quickly, and then Ahsoka might take a little while just because she's relicked, but shouldn't be a problem because we've got so much control. We've got our contract, 40 banners. Not ideal. Had to use 2 teams, but we got it. Then I take in my Jedi Knight Revan squad here. Just do a mirror match, but I'll use Yoda and Jolie. I don't need to take in Old Ben. They don't have Yoda, but their Revan is relict. He's a lot faster than my Revan. I just don't want things to go south, so I decided to take in Kanan. Probably overkill here. Didn't really need to do that. Trying to figure out who to mark on this team even. So I guess Canderous. He's pretty weak and won't be revived by Jolie. So got one person out already. And then I was thinking I had triggered Savior. So I started going after Jolie. But I forgot that Canderous isn't a Jedi, so he didn't trigger Savior. So now I triggered Savior on Juhani, and now we can start going after Jolie. So that should take out Jolie. Unfortunately, we've got buff immunity on Jolie still. And again, in the stun. So when we mark here, it's not going to do much for us as far as recovering health and protection. We'll dispel, and now they're still going after Jolie, obviously, because he's marked. And we'll try to recover something here. Trying to get some turn meter back to him so that he can stop with that buff immunity and start recovering some health and protection, but they keep attacking him still. And it looks like Yoda's going to take out Revan, and we're not going to have any time to recover any protection on any of these guys. So we'll try to recover some on Jedi Knight Revan. 58 banners, not great. Lost protection on 3 of my characters, so could have been much better. Connection issues, retry, we're good. And he didn't go Cupcake on defense in the back, so he's got a CLS team with Han and Chewie, and then he's got a First Order team. So we'll try this Darth Revan squad. My Darth Revan and my Bastila are faster. Unfortunately, I don't have the rest of a team to go with them yet. I just unlocked Malik, but he's not part of this GAC yet. So we'll just go in here, and I debated my strategy coming in here if I'd be able to win this just because they've got Sith Trooper. So he's going to do the pre-taunt. So I debated, should I do my Fear or Lightning? I thought Lightning could give me speed up for all my characters and maybe get my HK to go first. But I decided to do Fear and make sure Darth Revan didn't take a turn. Might not have gone so well there, because then we got feared by Bastila, and you can see it's not going well here. Finally got our shock up, but we can't do that, and they just wiped me out. So we only got one character down, Sith Empire Trooper. He's a pretty key character there because now they don't have the pre-taunt, but not how I was hoping that battle would go. So now I had been hoping to save my CLS to take on that Bounty Hunters team, but I think that's my only chance at beating this Darth Revan team. So we'll have to try that. Started getting a little distracted here as well. Obviously, I'm waiting a little while. Was watching TV with my wife, and yeah, got somewhat distracted. Brought in Old Ben with them. Thought that's probably enough. Don't want to steal the guard from CLS, so we'll go in with just that. Debated who to take out first. Bastila seems like a good choice. We're not going to really get the stun because of Darth Revan lead, but can take her health down and see if we can get her out quickly. And she's gone, so now we can get HK out before he one-shots one of my characters, and he's gone. Relic Han is awesome. And then we'll see if we can take out Darth Revan, and counterattack does it. 37 banners. Lost protection on everybody at the end there, but we'll take it. And looks like they're attacking at the same time. So they took out my Old Republic team in one shot. Got 55 banners on it. And then they lost one battle to my Newt team. So that's good. And then come back a few minutes later, and they took out my new team on a second try. Not sure what their banner count was on it, but not great. And they didn't try my GOs or my Padme yet. So, well, trying to figure out, I don't have enough teams to take out all three of these teams, unfortunately. They've got, so I decided Nest does pretty well against CLS. My Nest is modded for tenacity, so I was hoping if I could avoid stuns, I might be able to Nest solo this CLS team. It's pretty low gear. The only problem is Chewbacca has tenacity down, so I'm assuming we'll get stunned here. I really want to get rid of R2-D2 right away because he's got a stun on basic, so he's going to be trying to stun me all the time. Although I guess everybody tries to stun from this team. So I know Nest can time out these CLS teams, but basically kind of just got to wait for their buffs to build up and then see if we can get lucky and start one-shotting people. So let's get a stun on R2. See if that helps anything. Probably not, but... And now it begins. And it's looking pretty good so far. We're getting all our counterattacks, not getting stunned. We have tenacity down, and then we got stunned. So hopefully we can... And stunned again. I'm not sure if it's something like as the battle goes on, your tenacity goes down or something, because it started off so well. I was avoiding all the stuns and the turn meter reduction and everything. And now they keep reducing my turn meter. I need Nest to take a turn. This is kind of the opposite of what most people have with this matchup. Just because, I mean, it's usually the other way around where you can't get Nest to take a turn and you're locked on her. But I would need Nest to take a turn so that she can not be stunned anymore. And eventually she does, but then we're just stunned again immediately. So need some more tenacity on her if this is going to work, but then CLS ends up taking her out. So that didn't work. So I officially don't have enough to take them out. But then I saw one last hurrah here. I could take my Nightsisters in and split them up and potentially take out two different teams. So I decided if I could take Talzin, Daka, Talia, and Initiate, and then bring one other character, then I could leave Asajj and Zombie for another team to take out one of those bottom teams. Brilliant idea. So I've got a really weak C-3PO. May as well use him. I don't know. I'm trying to get some confuses out on Bosk maybe. And then I really got to watch out for Boba because his Annihilate or his Execute, whatever it is, doesn't allow revives. So we'll try to watch out for that. Unfortunately, Bosk got his taunt off, but we're getting through his protection pretty quickly here. Almost dead, and then they revive. Or they regenerate all their health from Dengar. And it looks like Boba's gotten a few of his executes off, so the only one that's able to be revived is Initiate now. So we're never going to have enough damage here to take them out. So I quit out just before I died. And then I guess I just got to get to the ships, so I'll try my Bastila Jedi team. We'll do Bastila, Ezra, and of course, brilliant me, distracted and mad at this whole GAC. I put Ezra in the leadership spot instead of Bastila. So There's a good summary of how my night in GAC went. And it's not even worth trying at this point, because really it's Bastilus leadership that allows this to work at all. And they're just going to take me out really quickly. Pretty frustrating. And this was my last decent team. Other than I've got Asajj and Zombie that I could piece together with some other characters. Thought about throwing some Phoenix in there with them, but I figured the Nightsister lead is probably more important. So I threw in some other random droids, BB-8, crew, I don't know, anything to try to get through this. See if they'd somehow attack Zombie enough that Asajj starts ramping up her damage and takes a bunch of them out. If Zombie's fast enough, that could possibly work, but we'll see. Unfortunately, Crew's ability blocked, so he can't stun Bosk and dispel him. And yeah, this bounty hunter team, it's not even that fast, but it feels a lot faster than it is. Can't get my turns off fast enough. They keep killing my characters, and they're probably going to have their contract up pretty soon. Yep, there it goes. I feel like I'm not even doing any damage to them when I hit them, and they took out Asajj number 1. And again, we have to watch out for Boba, because his execute can make Asajj not revive. Although we've only got this one more revive to go. And looks like they're focusing on Asajj again, so that's not great. Still not dead, but it's looking pretty grim here. And yeah, pretty much dead now. So, not going to get a full clear, that's for sure. Not going to even clear 2 zones. We'll just see if my opponent has anything left. We'll come back later.